cuddle, sleep, and purr.
Here we are again for 100 days of making comics. The day we're on is 91. I, of course, am Gazbot. And now we begin our journey into the minutia of my banal day. Yes, the minutia of my banal day. That should be the name of the next series if I do it. 100 Days of Comics, Part 2, the minutia of my banal day. Anyway, so today is Monday, and I didn't get a lot done on the horror. I did work my 30 minutes, but that's all I did. Most of my day consisted of, I had to do a caricature left over from one of the other, big jobs, well, not big, but, that I had to do before I leave for Japan. It was the last one, but it was sort of a deluxe one, because I had a guy going from San Francisco to Singapore, so I had to draw the Golden Gate Bridge and a few other things. So that one took a lot longer than the other ones. I'm not going to put it up, because a black bar across the eyes would not be enough to obscure whatever, and I know that it is a surprise for the person, so just on the off chance they happen to see it, although I guess if they're watching this video they might be able to figure out from context, the chances of that are next to nothing, but still I feel better not putting an image up. Okay, so after that my intent was to finish up a page of the Earthling colors that I had started and then work on the horror, but I didn't because I got a sidetrack / pass to goof off. I was on the Artcasters the other day, which I put a link to, where we talked about there, and it had also been talked about other places, that Peter, and I mentioned it to you guys, Peter Palmiotti is having trouble with his house situation in terms of having cats and everything, so he's having a catastrophe, and there is a fundraiser for that. I'll put a link in the notes below. Other than giving money, you could also give art to be auctioned off or sold off, and then the proceeds go to it. And so I decided to do that. And they put some of the auctions up today, Monday, but I kind of just decided to do this a day or two ago, so I knew I wouldn't have time to have it ready by today. But I decided, well, you know what, I'm just going to do it today, beginning to end, which is what I did. And I made a process video, which I'm not going to put up here because it's one of those really long ones where I'm talking. I might even break it up into two because it's probably like an hour or two long. And that, what I'll do is I'm going to put a link up. Now I'm going to put the link here. If you're not seeing anything, that means you're seeing this video before I've created that other video and put the link up. If you see something here, then click it and check it out if you're interested. So, and I'll put the link in the show notes below too, but again, I'm doing this Monday night. The link won't be good till sometime Tuesday at the earliest. That link will take you to the process video. I guess I'm going to sell it on eBay. Originally I thought they were going to do like a big group eBay thing. Like I had donated a piece of art to the Stan Sakai book, and that was a thing where I mailed it to the Caps, and then they just had a huge eBay auction, which I kind of thought was a good idea because then it's like a one-stop destination, but I'm just going to do what is easiest for Peter, so he said it's easier if people do it themselves. I don't think he'll get as much money for the individual pieces, but I'm not trying to put more on his plate. So I'm just going to do that. So I'll do the process video and I'll mention in there that I'm selling it. And then I'll probably just put it up on eBay and spread the word as best I could to check out this auction and go from there. I will go ahead and show you guys the piece. It's of the android Kikaida, which is a Japanese robot superhero. I mean, he turns into a human. It's one of those where he looks like a human and then change, and then he becomes the android that kicks everybody's butt. It's a show I enjoy, and it's campy and great, and he's got this total garish costume, which I'll just throw it up now. I did it ink on Bristol, and then I used Copic markers to color it. So, change! See, now I'm really nervous. I think I might have got that wrong, his henshin, as it were. But whatever. I guess the likelihood of somebody calling me out on that is low, and the person who does call me out on that, I'll be like, hey, let's be friends, because you're into what I'm into, buddy. So yeah, that was, those two things were like the bulk of my day. After that, I took a break, and then I was like, I shouldn't have taken a break then, because I was like, oh, I want to take a break, and I, ate some potato chips, drank soda, and watched like 2 episodes of The Office, which I've seen multiple times, but it's one of those shows I could go back to, British or American. But anyway, then I was like, oh yeah, I still got to do the horror and then make a video, and I was like, ugh. So today it wasn't a terrible day, it wasn't a busy day, but I kind of made it one of those days where I was like, oh no, I have to work on my comic, which is never a good feeling. But because of the video, I did it, and I'm glad that I had to, which makes me nervous when I end. But again, I said I'm going to keep doing updates, so even if I'm not daily accountable, weekly, every other week, whatever. So I worked on the horror. I guess I can show you what I did. I worked on, there were 2 panels left. I chose the easier of the 2 because I was thinking I'm probably only going to do a half hour. Maybe I can get this easier one done. I didn't. All I really did was get it's like a close-up of the bottom of the crane, like the tread, and I did that. I guess I'll throw it up just to show you what I got done. So here it is. Yeah, so not a lot. That was, you know, a half hour. And part of that was finding some reference I had gotten for the dirt and stuff, which I got on my bike ride the other day, and I got all that together and pasted it in, but I didn't even get to use that. So, you know, progress, but not a ton, especially since the last couple of days I feel like I've been really hammering out, so today I slowed down a bit. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I did, I just took a shower before this, but that's not important. What's also not important, but I'm going to mention anyway, is I gave myself a haircut and I trimmed my toenails. I always cut my own hair. The last time I paid for a haircut was my wedding. But the last time I cut my hair before this was day 1 of 100 Days of Making Comics. Because I usually use a shaver for the sides and the back, and then I'll trim the top a little bit. And I had messed up and accidentally shaved way more than I meant to. I was kind of going for a mohawk, but I was like down to the skin, and like, you know, it was like way more extreme than I intended. And I had not cut it until today, so 91 days. So in 3 months it grew from being this crazy horrible haircut, as Johan Vic would say, and Johannes, I dropped the S, would say, to being like kind of shaggy where I need a cut. So I don't know, hair is interesting. Biology. Also trimmed my toenails. Fascinating stuff today. I know, it's amazing. Like, can you believe how lucky you are to be hearing this? So I trimmed my toenails, but that's one of those things where I literally had it on my to-do list for like a week. They had gotten really long, and like that kind of like, oh, I noticed my nails are long. That's not good. And then every day I'm like, okay, I got to do a bunch of stuff, and then time for bed. Oh, I didn't clean my toenails. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. And I did that like every day this week. So today I was like, okay, I only did a half hour on the horror. I'm going to cut my hair and cut my toenails. Yee doggy! And then I'm going to go out and do something hillbilly hickadickady. I'm White Cracker. We can say that. You can't, because we're made of crackers. And we, the cracker people, that we're made of unleavened bread, and sometimes we're salty. And if we're not, we're a waste. I guess you could smash this up and put up in soup. Put up in soup? Put us in soup. Put up in soup would be ridiculous. Regardless, let's call it a day. Clearly have nothing interesting to say. I'm happy I did the piece for Peter. You know, check out the link below, and check out the video if you want, but you know, maybe make a bid on the art, or if you don't want the art, just maybe donate $1, $5, $1 million, whatever, so that his cats can maintain their comfortable lifestyle. So, today, day 91, and that means...
Tell us how many days are left, Monahan!
Well, why should I tell you anything? You beat on me and my mates, no matter what we do!
Richie, hey buddy, listen, I don't want to have to beat on you.
But you know I will!
Sadachi, you'll never forgive me! Oh, please! Oh, Sadachi!
Here comes the smacker! Huh?
Oh, no! Oh, Sadachi! Alright, I'll tell you. We've got 9 days left.
You sucker, I knew how many days were left. Now, eat my farts!
Oh, wow, they tasted good.
Let's be friends!